This is Triple Play Fantasy Basketball, breaking down the top 10 NBA centers of the 2022 2023 season. With the season approaching fast, we're going to talk about the group that probably has the most controversial number one player at the position. It's definitely the most world represented position, and there's a lot of money at the top. So with that, we're going to break down our top 10. And of course, I'm Coach James Lewis, giving you the realness going into the season. We got to talk about a guy that fell out of the top 10, but I just had to mention him. From Cameroon, Clint Capela, uh, averaged 11 points and 12 boards. Hey, that's impressive. He's only 28. He shoots a high percentage, catches a lot of lobs, but it was the season before where he led the league in rebounds with 14 and averaged 15 points. He had an injury kind of plaguing season. He's got a youngster that is Nyeko Okongwu that's trying to take his spot. We'll see what happens with Clint Capela and the Atlanta Hawks going forward. But I look for a bounce back year and see if he can crack back into the top 10. Somebody in the top 10, Jonas Valanciunas, with no Zion at all. The Pels depended on him. They threw him the ball in the post and he delivered. He's one of the best scorers with his back to the basket around the rim that we have in the entire NBA. And he's a fluent shooter. He's started shooting threes. He shoots 82 from the free throw line. He was once upon a time an all-rookie team. He's 30 years old, so he's still got some time and some game. And we'll see how the pairing with Zion actually works because we haven't seen them play together. All eyes in New Orleans, especially the way that Zion's looking. At 9, Nikola Vucevic, a two-time All-Star, all-around scorer. He can shoot the three. He's definitely taking a back seat here in Chicago. His production is down to sacrifice for the team. He's a good passer. He lacks defensive mobility. And it's probably why he is here at 9, because when you get 18 points and 11 boards and 3 dimes, I mean, you're an impressive player. I am worried about if the first-round picks are going to work out for them because he's due to be a free agent on the low at the end of this season. So we'll see how his last year in Chicago works, or maybe he plays himself in and stays. At 8, none other than Garrett Allen, as the USA has its first and maybe only 2 players in this top 11. Garrett Allen got his starting gig, got his $100 million contract, and now looks like a steal. He's still got $80 million left. He's only 26. He's a first-time All-Star, as he helped lead that Cavalier team. And the interior, he's one of the best interior defenders in the entire league. He may not produce as many blocks as he affects shots, but giving you 16 points, 11 boards, shooting nearly 70% from the floor. Give me Garrett Allen. At 7, controversy here. DeAndre Ayton, the former number 1 overall pick, was just 24 years old. He's increased his points per game every season. Averaged 17 points, 10 boards. Is very capable offensively. He moves well and has a smooth-looking stroke. We'll see if he can improve on that three-pointer. But I see the mechanics that he could. The Bahamas favorite, and someone that, of course, the Indiana Pacers gave the max to, and the Suns had to match that offer sheet. He was in trade speculations. Game 7, he barely played. There's a little rift between him and Monty Williams on the bench. I see him bouncing back. He's just way too talented. And I think last year was a little bit of growing pains and growing up, but I think he bounces back and has a wonderful season here. At the 6th spot, now playing his natural position, Domantas Sabonis, son of Arvydas, the Hall of Famer. He's just 26, people. But he's a 2-time All-Star, 19 points, 12 boards, 5 dimes. He's just a great fantasy player if you've ever had him on your team. And now he kind of gets to play his natural position at center with Keegan Murray playing the 4. Look for him to produce. I look for the pick and roll between him and De'Aaron Fox to be unbelievable. But he's so talented offensively that you can't deny him. And so he's at my 6th spot. At 5, the biggest trade of the summer, star, Rudy Gobert of France. He led the league in rebounds, 6 straight All-NBA defensive first team. He's won Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. Gives you 2 blocks a game. He shoots 71 from the field because all he does is basically catch lobs and dunk them. He'll be playing alongside our number 4 guy, Karl Anthony Towns. We'll see if it was worth it. I think they gave up too much, but hey, I'm not mad at them kind of trying to go all in. And Minnesota Timberwolves are one of the most intriguing teams going forward. This is probably my most controversial placement. Karl Anthony Towns, Dominican Republic. He is one of the most offensively skilled big men the game has ever seen. He won the 3-point contest. He shot 41 from deep. He, 50, 40, 80. Gave you a steal, gave you a block, 25 points, 10 boards, 3.6 assists. I mean, he just feels it all across the board, fantasy style and in real life. 13 All-NBA, had probably his best season as a professional last year. He may be slated in the power forward position going next year, but where he lacks a little bit is defensively, and I think that's why they got a Rudy Gobert to back him up back there. At 3, Idris, Femi, Adebayo, other known as Bam, at just 25 years old. This is a winning player, and he gets better each and every season. He was the starting center on a Team USA Gold team, and they don't win it without him. He guards 1 through 5. He can pass a little bit. His offensive game is still expanding. I still think that they haven't capped into exactly what he's capable there. He's been 3 straight all defensive teams, and you can make an argument that he's the best defensive player in the entire league. At 2, a lot of money going to this man's way. Joel Embiid, our runner-up for MVP, led the league in points. 31 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 50% from the field, and is shooting step-back threes, giving you a steal and a block and a half. Second team All-NBA and defense, and of course he would be first team if the voters didn't, play Jokic and Embiid at the center position. But Joel Embiid, the pride of Cameroon, is one of the most offensively skilled big men that we've ever seen. And I wouldn't be surprised if he took home MVP this year and had won our back-to-back MVP. Nikola Jokic, the Joker, looked good in Euroball this summer. Did something that nobody's ever done in NBA history. He led in PER. He's the greatest PER of all time. He also averaged 27 points, 14 boards, 8 assists. That has never been done. Hey, he could do it again this year. He shot nearly 60% from the floor. We know he can shoot the 3 ball, although his percentage was not the best. He's sneaky good at swiping, and he'll give you a block. His defensive metrics are not bad at all. Nikola Jokic, the pride of Serbia, stand up. You are the number 1 center in my book. A lot of people say, hey, I'll take Joel Embiid for 1 game because of his defensive ability. Hey, neither one of them have won championships, and they're 2 of, top 5, top 6 players in the entire league. Tell me what I got right. Tell me what I got wrong. Until next time, stay tuned as Jacob and I prepare for our weekly fantasy basketball show during the season. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, and check us out. We triple play because we do football, basketball, and baseball, and all the content is good. Look out for the interviews as well. See ya.
Lately I've been feeling things change. We've been working hard, no sleep, get it every day. And I swear that we ain't stopping till we pay. Yeah, the pressure on, gotta make it work, triple play, yeah.